My ambition is just to have enough, you know, and to be happy.
I see you, girl. Baby, I've been watching you across the room. I can see you staring, baby. I've been watching you too.
If you came from the upper class and you don't have any experience about being poor, it's very difficult for you to adjust when things go down, you know. But we poor people, if we will be just given the chance to uplift a little bit, for us it's not that hard to adjust and we can blend right away.
Do you think that you should have looked for a Westerner sooner?
No, I didn't think about it because they said a person should be ambitious, but for me, too much ambition can ruin your happiness, you know. So before, I did not I don't have this ambition, you know, to live in a big house, to have this luxurious life. My ambition is just to have enough, you know, and to be happy. But then I was given this opportunity to have this luxury, which is more than what I expect. But now I feel like being supported. There's nothing for me to worry about bills because it is already like secured, and I feel like less worry.
So the other night we went out to dinner with a bunch of other expats.
Yeah.
What's it like being around other expat couples with, you know, large age gaps like ours?
It feels like a comfort zone. It feels like you have this group you can feel confidence to show your relationship, to show affection with your boyfriend, which is older than you. Yeah, I know. I really enjoyed that night because it's, for me, in my previous life, it's just I'd never tried that before.
So, Chrissy, I'm retired, and other than making some of these YouTubes, which, you know, the editing does take up a lot of time, but other than that, what's it like, you know, not having a routine, you know, work to go to, responsibilities of a job?
We're just more relaxed, you know. It's less stress because you don't have to think about your work. You don't have to think about the things you need to do at home. Because when I was working before, even if I am at home, I always think about my job, like, what should I do tomorrow? Oh, there is a report that I need to do. And then some people will say, don't bring your work at home. If you're home, but you can't help it. You will feel like you're always working. But now it's so opposite. I don't feel bored. Yeah.
What do you think about travel?
If you're able to tour around the world and you feel that satisfaction, the happiness, enjoyment, that's exactly what I felt when we were traveling.
So are you looking forward to going to Baguio?
Oh yeah, I'm so excited.
We're flying directly into Angeles City, Clark International Airport.
Yeah.
It's much easier to rent a car and go up to Baguio.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, when we get to Angeles, do you want to spend the night in Angeles and then go down Walking Street and see all the prostitution and all the crazy lifestyle and all the clubs? Do you want to go and see it in person, or do you not?
No.
You don't?
No.
But you think we'll do it anyway because it'll make a good video for YouTube?
Making video.
You think we should bring our viewers a night in Angeles? Chrissy experiences Angeles City.
We're gonna make a content, so let's just think that it's a work, not a personal interest. Oh my god, there's a lot of places here in the Philippines that I really wanted to go, and Baguio is one of them. And I'm so excited.
Chrissy, retired life, sitting on the patio,
In a rocking chair.
no work, thinking about travel, giving advice to aunties on how to meet Westerners,
Right.
singing karaoke.
And some other activities.
What about that college education and all those teaching skills that you accumulated?
I still have it, and the day will come. Maybe in the future I can use it again.
Well, Chrissy, the thing everybody really, really wants to know,
Yeah.
other than do you have a sister, what they really want to know is where are women like you hiding here in the Philippines? How do they find them? And you know what I've learned is that once you leave the big city, you go out to the provinces, there's every single woman seems to be interested in wanting to meet a Western man. There's just an overabundance. But when you're online, there just seems to be so many scammers and girls from Manila and girls that may have worked in bars, and it's so challenging. So what's your advice?
I think the better way for you to know a Filipino well is in person, because looks could be deceiving. There's a lot of Western men that got deceived by the looks online. So it's really better to be here in the Philippines, go online, and then meet your prospect. I'm saying prospect, not prospects. So I think it's better if you just like have one at a time, and then if you don't like her, then it's better for you to find another one, I think, because if you're gonna take like 5 at a time, it will give you the difficulty of choosing among the 5. So I think focus on one first, and then if it doesn't work, then find another one, and then the right time will come to you, and you will find the right Filipina.
What about the age of the Filipino? You know, men are naturally attracted to women 22 to 24. You think a man in his mid 60s should pursue a 22-year-old?
You know, I met a lot of Filipina, like friends, and they vary in when it comes to maturity. So I think age really doesn't matter, whatever age you are now and whatever age you're Filipina or your prospect. I think it's okay as long as there's maturity, and you are also okay with the level of her maturity. If she's a little bit childish but she's 30 years old and you're okay with it, then go for it if it's okay. But if she's 22 years old and she's more mature, then I think much better.
But what about children? I mean, do you think a 64-year-old man, he meets a 21, 23-year-old Filipino without children, and she says to him, not a problem, I agree not to have children. Is that a formula for disaster?
It could be.
But what do you think the odds are? A man, if he's 64 and he meets a 22-year-old and she says, okay, I agree, I won't have children. 2 years later, is he going to have a problem on his hands 99% of the time?
There's a big possibility.
Having, you guys call them mestiza and mestizo babies, half foreign. They're highly desirable, highly sought after. We met an expat, and he was saying you got to really keep an eye on them because people will steal them and sell them for $10,000. But they're highly desirable children. You got to actually watch over them very carefully.
We also wish and admire to have a beautiful and handsome kids. And we Filipina think, like how also Western people think that a combination of Western men and Asian woman, children, their beauty are really like exotic and well blended and turned out to be like pretty and handsome.
So
That
Chrissy,
is also like the motivation of the Filipinos to wanting a child.
so Chrissy, you have a child already, and I told you that I thought maybe meeting a woman who was already more mature. You were 29 when we met, and already had a child who wasn't a toddler, but was, you know, old enough that I could deal with, because I already had my 3 kids and I already have grandchildren. But you've wanted another child. You've tried to pressure me into having another child. So what do you think the chances are that a woman who's never had a child,
Well, it's 99%.
99% failure?
99%.
So-
Because even if I have a child already, I would really think that I will be needing another child.
So 99% failure is what you're saying for
Yeah.
the 22-year-old. You think the relationship can survive under those circumstances?
It could survive and it could fail. In a relationship, if you have a child, it's somehow it binded the both of you. So if the Filipina doesn't have a child yet, she will feel like there's nothing that binds you and her.
Could be risky.
Yeah, it could be risky.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Chrissy, all these roosters make me want chicken for dinner.
Rooster, I'm gonna tell you, rooster is like already the signature of the Philippines.
Yeah. You know, these roosters have somehow found it into this beautiful, gorgeous, gated community. I'm not quite sure. And as a foreigner, I've kind of decided I'm not going to make a federal case out of it. I'm sort of learning to live with it, and I hope that some of the video with the roosters in the background wasn't too annoying for everyone. Chrissy, what's your last words?
My last word.
You're not dying.
I'm
Yeah, what is your last? Chrissy, what are your
I feel like I'm gonna
Chrissy,
die.
what are your final thoughts here?
My final thoughts here is I am just thankful and grateful that today I experienced this things in my life that I had never expected to happen.
What has been your experience being with an older man? I mean, before you made the decision, okay, you know, you put on your profile, you know, 40 to 60, I think, and I was 67 when we met, or 66.
66.
Now that you've been living with a 67-year-old man, what can you tell the other Filipinos out there? What's it like being with an older man?
It's the same. There's no difference. The only thing that can make difference is when you overthink about what people will say, what people will think, and how people will look at you when you're together in the mall. That's what makes the difference. But when it terms to interaction, communication, affection, oh my God, there's no difference. Like, I don't see the difference between me and Rob.
Well, let's make that the final word. I like that.
Oh, that's the final word.
Bye, Chrissy.
Bye, everyone.